We got London on the
whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing steady. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. That's what made me rich. The whole club.
It's week 8 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see Kenneth Walker. He's the owner of the 3rd most rushing touchdowns league-wide. It's the Seahawks and the Cardinals. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Seattle Seahawks. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start, but I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll look to throw again. A short one here, caught by McBride. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 62 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage from every carry he receives this week.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Throw left side complete. That's Jackson. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. You talk about the Seahawks defense. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here come the Seahawks now for their first drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. They'll set up to throw. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
You talk about this Seahawk defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the passer, number 28.
When they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. This is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass? And the big fella stuffed out in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. They'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon. And this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Gets past one man. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. He'll look to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Touchdown, Cardinals. Josh Palmer from 10 yards out. And the Cardinals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Josh Palmer. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And he's been throwing the ball up for grabs here early on. 2 passes, 2 interceptions. He'll try and rein things in a bit here as he starts again on 1st down. Here's Walker to start the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The numbers on the ground for Walker a week ago. 18 carries, 88 yards.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
That is caught by Fountain. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. from the gun. It's Walker. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. We're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
They go play action here on first down. He's going to find Cobbs here. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
2nd and 5. Open man is Cobbs. That's complete. So the completion good for just 3. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again. Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on 4th. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Open man, it's Palmer. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
And the Cardinal first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. His throw incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A good pickup there at 22. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now back to throw. And it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, nothing.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Brings him a new set of downs. They'll set up a throw. And that one caught by Cobbs over the middle. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 27-yard line.
Back to throw here. Throw left side, taken in by Cobbs. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They go for it on 4th and 2, and it's a gain of 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. The defense a little lax there. They give up 9 on 4th and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wolf. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Shoves him aside. A good decision in the end. The pull and run gets him 9 yards and a first. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw here on first down. That ball caught. It's Rice. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, make sure you avoid the crazies out there and welcome in everybody to this Halloween edition of our EA Sports halftime report. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown catch in the victory. Let's stay in the AFC West as we check on the Broncos at home in Denver. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jonathan Taylor with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get out to Southern Nevada and see what's happening with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The Falcons trying to finish that one off and claim victory. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come. Both these teams going through their final adjustments before heading back out of the locker room. Time for us to go back out to Lumen Field, where we rejoin Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10.
Come on. 18-yard line.
19
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got it in. Complete. There he goes right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 82 yards. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point forthcoming. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in right around the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Well, the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he's up in it after a gain of 4, up to the 25-yard line. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. A strong running. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd and 1 now from the 21. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
1st and 10 at the 18.
Looking to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 13-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because they have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe. Touchdown! From 13 yards out. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air, and that is incomplete here. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. And it's a 1st down. In motion left is Rice. They'll run on 1st down. Spencer. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. He'll look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was way off on that throw.
You know, I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Damn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. It's Spencer, and he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down to the 41.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On 2nd down now, it's Spencer. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Looking middle, and that's complete. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 3rd and 19. They'll look to throw here. He finds his man complete. That's Spencer. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
And his kick is right there. It's good. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, You're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 3 quarters in the books. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him, let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff up the middle. Spencer, not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On first down, it's Spencer. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Spencer, and they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. They'll look to throw now on first down. Able to shake him off. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Inside the 10, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. They're going to look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. And the Cards are going to take possession here at their own 33. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 30 before being taken down. That good for 22 and a first down.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
They'll run on first down. Spencer.
And he's got it to about the 40.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 8.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Spencer, and they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Now back to throw. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. They got his man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. For the left side, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Back to throw again. He's going to take a shot for the end zone.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, these guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 000. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Again, he'll drop to throw. complete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here's another interception. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his
See me on, no you see me on, I'm on CB time.